Hello there and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to start a new series on networking. Now this is going to be built on over the next couple of months and videos will come out from time to time. So thanks to Wally from my YouTube comments on my community post. He asked, would you be able to make a DNS or networking guide for complete noobs, because he doesn't know how to configure things properly. So I thought many of people, including me when I was younger, did not know about networking that much. So I would go through to today. First we're going to set up a router using an operating system called pfSense, which is great open source firewall, and I really do like it, and I've got it running in my home network. So first we're obviously going to need to download pfSense. So we're going to download an ISO file. So you go to pfSense.org, and then there's a download section on the website in the navigation menu. You click that, and then you're going to set the architecture. So obviously AMD 64, just select that unless you have a Netgate machine, and then you want to click the DVD image ISO installer, and then for this you want to choose the one that's closest to you. For me it's Germany, and click download, and you'll see at the bottom that we are now downloading. Now the servers aren't that quick, but hopefully it will be done very soon. So I've already got it downloaded, so I'm going to be using Proxmox because I've not got any physical router hardware lying around, because obviously I'm hosting my router in my virtual environment too, and I've got physical network interfaces passed through. So I'm just gonna show you what mine looks like right now. This is what mine looks like. I've got 4 interfaces. Obviously I've got my infrastructure one, my server network, and my client network. So my client network, I'm connected to that right now on my PC, and everything like my servers and stuff. I'll show you the app table, so you can see there's a few things connected to it, such as my domain controller. So yeah, that's what mine looks like. I have got 10 gig links. They're not actual 10 gig ports, they are just links to all my other stuff in my Proxmox. So first we're going to create a VM, so we're going to click on create VM at the top right, and I'm going to call this YouTube router. Then that's all we're going to do. We click OS, then the storage is going to be under ISOs for me, and I'm going to select the pfSense ISO. So I've done that, and the rest you can set up however you like. I'm going to just leave it at that. Give it at least 2 cores. So make sure you at least have a dual core, and I'm going to give it 1 gigabyte of RAM, but a minimum of 512 megabytes. And the interface I'm going to do it is E1000, and this is going to be my WAN interface. So if you're using a physical machine, this will apply to you. If you have only one Ethernet port on your computer that you're going to use, your old desktop, or it could be a little Intel NUC, whichever, you're going to need to buy an extra PCIe Ethernet card. So you can get ones with 4 ports for about £30 here in the UK. And if you're virtualizing it, brilliant. It's the same thing. You need to create your own virtual bridges. So this is my WAN interface. So you would plug in the Ethernet cable into your main board on the physical computer, and we're going to add the LAN interface in a moment in Proxmox. Just in case you don't know how to set up a virtual network, you go on your host and then go expand system and click network, and then you can click create Linux bridge and then just click create. It's that simple. You don't even need to enter any IP addresses. So the YouTube router's here. If I go to hardware, I'm going to add a second adapter. For me it's VMBR4, and set that to E1 1000 as well. Click add, and that's all we need to do. So if we go to console, we can actually start it up. So whilst it boots, it uses FreeBSD, which is very light. You could literally install it on a USB drive. Obviously that's not recommended as they don't have a long life. It should be found on an old hard drive or even an SSD, depends what you have. As long as you have at least 2 Ethernet ports, you're fine. So it's going to auto boot, so we're going to leave it to do that. So it can take a varied amount of time depending on the specs of the computer, but because I'm virtualizing it, it will be a bit slower too, because bottlenecks. But we also need a computer connected to the LAN port once we set it up to configure it. So I'm going to set up a virtual machine while this boots, and I will see it on the install screen. So as you can see, we get a screen like this, blue screen with a information message. We're just going to click accept or press enter, and then that's fine. We're going to press enter again. Default key map, even though I'm in the UK, I still just decide to do this, and then just do auto ZFS, enter, enter, space, enter, move over to yes and enter. That's it. That's all I need to do. So now it's going to begin to install. Depending on your hardware, yet again, I will keep saying this, the longer or less it's going to take. So we're going to wait for that. So in about a minute it's actually installed. It's very easy to install, it's quick. So manual configuration, no, we don't want to do that. So we're just going to press enter or no, and we're actually going to reboot. So let's do that. So as you can see, we are actually fully booted up now into pfSense. You should have got an IP address from your router on your WAN interface, or if you're using your actual ISP router and bridging it in modem mode, you should actually get your public IP address here. So the LAN interface will have a default IP address of 192.168.1.1. So we're going to actually have to access that and configure settings, which we will do right now. So as you can see, we are now on the Windows 7 desktop. So what we're going to do is open up Internet Explorer, and we're going to head to 192.168.1.1. Press enter. Click continue to this website. Should be greeted with the pfSense login screen. So I am, so admin, and then the password is pfSense. Then you will be greeted with the setup wizard, so let's go right through to that. So as you can see, it's giving us like a welcome screen. We just want to click on next. And we're going to give this a host name of router, maybe YT router, like so. And then we're going to put the domain as hsv.local. Primary DNS will use Cloudflare's DNS servers, and untick override DNS. Click next. Time, select your time zone. Obviously I'm in the UK, so I'm going to select the London time zone. Click next. DHCP is fine. Untick these two options. It makes it easier later. click next. You can change the subnet if you want to. I'm gonna do that right now. So I'm gonna put mine as 10.32.0.1. Click next. Enter an admin password. I'm just gonna put an insecure admin password in. Next. And then click reload. Then now it's gonna reload all of the apply that DHCP, and sometimes you will have to wait. So if I show you here and press enter, you'll see that 32.1 is, sorry, the 32.0.1 is now in effect. So we need to go to our adapter settings. I'm using Windows 7, but it is similar in all Windows versions. All you want to do is just disable your network adapter and then re-enable it. And then if we have a look at the details of the adapter, you should see that we've got a IP address from the new subnet and obviously the hsv.local DNS suffix. So we're going to type in 10.32.0.1 and we should be greeted with the login. Enter the username and the new password. The username is admin, and as you can see we're in pfSense, so just accept all of that and we're actually in pfSense. So this is basically it. Now if you don't want to go any further, this is pfSense. You can use the internet, do whatever, but I'll just walk you through some of the features that you can do. So basic features, port forwarding. So if you want to host a website, for example, you would go to firewall and then NAT, network address translation, and then you'll see the port forwarding menu. We just want to click add, and then I'll walk you through how to port forward. So the interface is always going to be WAN because that's where you're going to port forward to. The destination is, yes, going to be the WAN address. The port range, say you want a website, you put HTTP and redirect the target IP address to, I'm going to put it to the router IP address so then we know that it works, like so. And then the other target port is going to be HTTP again. And then that's it. I'll just do router. Click save and that's it. You've port forwarded. You click apply changes and then now you've port forwarded to the World Wide Web. It's that simple. Now join me on the next video when I show how to set up Pi-hole, which is an open source DNS and ad blocker. But that's going to be it for this video. Thanks ever so much for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.